Barry, Reestit mutton, in which mutton is salted and smoked to last longer, is a particular delicacy of which island group? Scilly Isles, Channel Islands or Shetland Islands? Reestit, R-E-E-S-T-I-T. Reestit mutton.
Interesting. I wonder which island group would need to make mutton last a long time. I'm thinking it might be the Shetland Islands, because they certainly have sheep up there, and I could see that they would have the need to keep provisions for a long time, especially with some of the harsh winters that they might have up there. So I shall go for the Shetland Islands.
What you mean, high seas and the difficulty of resupply?
Yes, something like that, yes.
Okay, Reestit mutton is from the Shetland Islands. It's the right answer, Barry. Bad luck, and we don't get to put another question to you. You couldn't, even if you get the next one correct, you couldn't beat him. So would you both please come back and join your teams? So the scores in terms of teams are this: Hells Bells have lost 2 brains from the final round. The Eggheads have lost 1. And we've got our last head-to-head before the final round. This is sport. You've got 2 players available to play. It's you, Lee, or Sid.
Do you want?
Definitely not me. I would have thought you, Lee, would be doing it.
I'll have a go at this one, Dermot,
All right, Lee,
please.
you're ready to go, I can see, but pick your Egghead first.
I'll pick Judith, please.
Oh, right, OK, I didn't even have to name them. All right, it's going to be Lee and Judith, please, into the question room. So, Lee, I'm interested in what life is like on the road. Is it that traditional image we might have of the rock and roll lifestyle, tequila, trashed hotel rooms, or is it all mineral water now and an early night?
Well, we do get a bit of that. It's a bit harder for us because we're not a real big name band. We travel in a van all the time, and it's quite tiring, especially for me, one of the older guys. But it is good fun. We do enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're one of the founder members, right?
I am the founder member, yeah.
OK. And in terms of the AC/DC sound, do you try and sound exactly like them, or do you just say, we are Hells Bells and we'll be a little bit different?
Yeah, as near as we can. I have to do Brian Johnson and Bon Scott, which are both a bit different, but I do my best at both, and the guys sound like the players, like, you know. Yeah,
all right. But you've got a sister band, haven't you? So if you want to play other stuff, you've got the Hellraisers. Yeah, Sid, you're in that too, aren't you?
That's right, we do Hellraiser, and I play keys in that, which is actually my first thing, keyboards.
Yeah, yeah. OK, Lee, do you want to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please, Derm.
OK, best of luck, Lee. It's sport, and here you go. At which football stadium do Sheffield Wednesday play home matches? Hillsborough, Selhurst Park or Portman Road? At which football stadium do Sheffield Wednesday play home matches?
One of them, I don't know where it's... Selhurst. I think Selhurst Park was Wimbledon. I'm pretty sure it's Hillsborough. That's the one I'll go with.
OK. Hillsborough is the right answer, yeah, for Sheffield Wednesday. It's Crystal Palace for Selhurst Park and Ipswich, Portman Road. OK, Judith, in one-day international cricket, what term is used to refer to the periods when restrictions are imposed on the fielding side? Underplay, power play or play away? In one-day international cricket, what term is used to refer to the periods when restrictions are imposed on the fielding side?
I don't know. I'm trying to look at the obvious answer, which I don't think is power play, on the fielding side. I think it's underplay.
Underplay. You've kind of under-answered. It's not the right answer. No, it is power play.
No.
It's a time when you can kind of make hay as the batting side, because there are restrictions on the fielding side, so it's power play. OK. Great start then, Lee, from your point of view. Here's a second question. The sprinter Ben Johnson, who crossed the line first in the men's 100 metres at the 1988 Summer Olympics, was born on which island? Barbados, Trinidad or Jamaica? The sprinter Ben Johnson, who crossed the line first in the men's 100 metres at the 1988 Summer Olympics, was born on which island?
I didn't think it was any of those to start off with. I don't think he's a Jamaican. I think I'll try Trinidad, please, Dermot. OK, Trinidad for Ben Johnson. Crossed the line, we saying first, of course, and was disqualified when he failed the drugs test. It's not, do you know, Eggheads?
Jamaica.
It is Jamaica. It is Jamaica for Ben Johnson, but of course he wasn't running for Jamaica, was he?
He was running for Canada,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Canada, you knew that, Lee. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Canadian, yeah.
Yeah, but he was actually born in Jamaica. OK, well, a chance for Judith to make amends for that first question. Judith, what nickname was given to rugby international Chris Ashton's trademark try celebration? Ash Dash, Ash Splash or Ash Splodge? What nickname was given to rugby international Chris Ashton's trademark try celebration?
Well, I really don't think it's Ash Splodge. When someone scores a goal, they do a dash, don't they? I think it must be Ash Dash.
OK, Ash Dash. Well, that's what he does before he tries, and then he jumps sometimes. I think he stops it a bit, high into the air, does a kind of swallow dive, and quite often the grounds are wet and makes a big splash. Ash Splash. So, it's still nothing for Judith, and a place in the final round for you, Lee. Definitely, if you give me a correct answer here. Which Formula One team appointed the sport's first female team principal in 2012? Sauber, Red Bull or HRT? Which Formula One team appointed the sport's first female team principal in 2012?
Be honest, I'm not right into out of the cars. I'm more of a MotoGP man. But I'll try Sauber, please.
OK, Sauber for a place in the final round. You're in, you've booked it, beaten Judith. It's the correct answer, which means, as I say, you'll be playing in the final round. You won't, Judith. Would you both please come back and join your teams? And so this is what we've been playing towards. It's time for the final round, which as always is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Dougal and Ian from Hell's Bells and Chris and Judith from the Eggheads, would you all leave the studio, please? So Lee, Danny and Sid, you're playing to win Hell's Bells £11,000. Barry, Pat and Kevin, you're playing for something which money cannot buy, the Eggheads' reputation. And as usual, I ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge and you are allowed to confer. So Hell's Bells, the question is, are your 3 brains better than the Eggheads' 3? And Lee, Danny and Sid, would you like to go first or second?
What do you reckon?
We'll go first.
Yeah, we'll go first, please, Dermot.
OK, first set of questions, and the first of those to Hell's Bells. But Seriously in 1989 and Both Sides in 1993 were #1 albums for which British singer? Phil Collins, Sting or Paul Young? But Seriously in 1989 and Both Sides in 1993 were #1 albums for which British singer?
Just make sure we're all happy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we all agree
Definitely.
with that.
Off you go.
Without a shadow of a doubt, it's Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. Nice one to fall for you guys.
Beauty.
It's the right answer, yes, well done. OK, Phil Collins there, getting you off to a great start. And Eggheads, the limestone pavement and massive crescent-shaped limestone cliff at Malham Cove is in which English national park? Peak District, Exmoor or Yorkshire Dales? The limestone pavement and massive crescent-shaped limestone cliff at Malham Cove is in which English national park?
Yorkshire Dales.
Is that the source of the air?
Yes. Yes, it's up there.
The air
Yes,
comes out
yeah,
on the end
yeah.
of the mountain.
All the balancing pillars and all that sort of
So
thing.
we're
Yeah, so
happy
it's
with that.
yeah, Yorkshire Dales.
That's the Yorkshire Dales.
How many times have you been there, Barry?
Half a dozen, probably.
All right, it's the right answer, yes. Yorkshire Dales. A couple of very nice questions for both teams there. Hell's Bells, then. In which year was British summertime first introduced? 1916, 1926 or 1936? In which year was British summertime first introduced?
In the middle of the war, would it?
Have you got any ideas, any of you?
Surely not.
I don't think it's 1916. I
Not in
think
the
it's
First World War.
It's 20. More
That's
like.
what, sorry?
Wouldn't have been in the middle of a war, would it? Or would it?
Oh yeah, it might be
In the
because of the war.
You reckon, do you? No, it was introduced
Actually,
because
no,
of
I think
the farm, wasn't it?
The First World War ended when 1918.
Yeah, so surely they wouldn't have introduced it in the middle of a war. I'm sure that's the worst time to introduce it in the middle of.
I'm sure it is. But I'm just
Important things
thinking,
on.
is it to do with agriculture or is it to do with safety or something?
Maybe Dan's written on
I think it's
the war.
agricultural reasons, I think.
1914 to 1918, the first, isn't it?
Yeah.
So which of those are the two?
I think I'm going to go with 36. Have you? How do you feel about
Would
that?
agree with that, yes.
Go on.
We're not absolutely sure, but I'm going to guess 1936 as a final answer.
OK, 1936 for the first year BST. British summertime was introduced, and much discussion about 1916 and the First World War. And that is the year it was introduced, 1916, because of the First World War. Not getting in the way of it. And just tell us why Eggheads?
It's to help the farmers.
Help the farmers.
More hours of daylight.
Yeah, you actually did mention it there.
yeah.
It gives them more hours of daylight, more production. 1916 was the year for BST. OK, still a lot of questions to go. Well, quite a few anyway. Eggheads, who wrote the scripts for the original series of the children's TV programme Postman Pat, first shown in 1981? David McKee, John Cunliffe or Peter Firmin? Who wrote the scripts for the original series of the children's TV programme Postman Pat, first shown in 1981?
David
I think
McKee
it's
is
John.
Wilbur, the elephant, isn't he?
Yeah, I know that Peter Firmin did lots of different things, but I
John
thought
Cunliffe,
John
he rings
Cunliffe
a
is the
bell.
one that rings a bell with me for Postman Pat. Yeah.
It's starting to ring a bell with me now as well.
So I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've a feeling that's John Cunliffe.
John Cunliffe. It is the right answer, Eggheads. OK, well, you've got two, and it means Hell's Bells need this one then. The islands of New Britain and New Ireland are part of which Commonwealth country? Mauritius, Papua New Guinea or Tuvalu? The islands of New Britain and New Ireland are part of which Commonwealth country? And they are spelt exactly as you would expect, New Britain and New Ireland.
Right, so
Well,
Commonwealth country.
Commonwealth country. I don't know.
Mauritius is not
a
Mauritius is
little
not
island.
country, yeah. This is, I don't think. Mauritius is part of something else, I believe. So we're left with Papua New Guinea and Tuvalu.
If I had to guess,
I could go the middle, I would.
would you?
What about would you go?
I would guess Tuvalu.
Where's that? I don't know what that is.
So do I.
That's very helpful.
Just a feeling I get.
I reckon it's the middle or Tuvalu. It says New Guinea. Is that a clue? New Britain, New Ireland, Papua New Guinea.
Or, you know, Britain, Ireland, Guinea's, I don't know.
Is
Could
that,
be a,
is that a clue?
could be a bluff.
Yeah, but New Zealand, I go Papua New Guinea, I would.
What do you do?
Well, I would say Tuvalu, so it's up to you,
All right,
Sid.
okay, right, it's up to me. Can you just read the question again, please, Dermot?
Yeah, the islands of New Britain and New Ireland are part of which Commonwealth country?
So they are all countries,
got-
right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, they're part of which Commonwealth country? Those are the three countries. Right. I'm going to say Mauritius.
Go on.
Final answer is going to be Dermot. Completely off the wall is Mauritius.
Ah, right. OK, Mauritius, which you had ruled out. It's not the right answer. Eggheads.
Papua New Guinea.
It is Papua New Guinea.
I was right.
Yeah.
well, Lee, at least you know you got it there. Which means, Eggheads, you've won. That was great stuff, guys. You know, you just got really unlucky with the choices. You were always having a guess on those last two. But that was those last two questions. During the body of the quiz, we've had some great fun, some great stories from the tours of Hell's Bells, which I'm sure will continue for many years to come. So keep rocking, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
indeed.
Dermot.
They're going to keep quizzing. The Eggheads, though, have done what comes naturally to them, and their winning streak continues. I'm afraid you won't be going home with the £11,000. That means the money rolls over to the next show. And Eggheads, congratulations. Who will beat you?